On this episode of the Carolina Sports Guy, I'm revisiting the Mount Rushmore of the Carolina Panthers. This time, we're looking at the offensive edition. Before we get into today's content, if you haven't subscribed, please do so, folks. Uncle Chuckley would greatly appreciate it. Smash that like button. Leave me some comments. I love the positive feedback. And by all means, folks, hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos like what you see today on the Panthers. All right, folks. I did a video, and I don't know if I'm going to put it out first, so you might watch this video and say, I don't see one yet for the defensive side. But this is going to be the offensive side of looking at the Mount Rushmore of the Carolina Panthers. And maybe one day I'll do an overall Mount Rushmore, and I'll have to really narrow down the 4 defensive players against the 4 offensive and see if we can do 2 and 2. Who knows? Maybe you got 3 offensive and only 1 defensive, or 3 defensive, 1 offensive. It'd probably be 2 and 2. But I want to look. I got 6 guys on this list. I could have put guys in like Musa Muhammad, other great. John Casey would have been one I could have thought of, but he's a kicker, and I don't have a problem with that. But I looked at 6 guys who I'd put on this list that I think rightfully deserve to be on Mount Rushmore. And guy number 6 is Jake Delhomme. And Jake Delhomme, he started his career for the Saints out of Louisiana Lafayette. He played 7 years for the Panthers before he moved on and played for the Browns and the Texans briefly. Career was kind of shot by the end. But 91 games played for the Panthers, 90 starts. I think that first game he come off the bench and won us the game against Jacksonville where Rodney Peete was pulled the first game of the season one year. And I think it was the 2003 year went to the Super Bowl. But 120 touchdown passes, folks, 7 rushing touchdowns. Got to move him in that top man. The guy's there. Now, number 5 is going to be where people are going to probably throw stuff at me. The guy who did not make the list, just shot short of the list, is a 9-year veteran for the Panthers. Tight end Greg Olsen played at the U. 126 games played for the Panthers, 123 started, 39 touchdown catches. Now, of course, he played for the Bears before us, and I think he got about, 18, 19 touchdowns there, and he got 2 or 3 with Seattle when he played this last year before he retired. Why don't I have Greg Olsen in this? It's just a tough list to crack, folks. Now, I'll go look. I'll start at number 4, the guy who Greg Olsen kind of got beat to get on this list, and that's Ryan Kalil. Ryan Kalil's a center, so a lot of people don't look at it, but he had a 148-game career with the Panthers, 145 starts, 12-year career. Drafted him in the 2nd round out of USC, never looked back. This is why we had really good years and good teams, folks. The 2015 Super Bowl team that lost, Ryan Kalil had a lot to do with that. Very good center. Number 3 on the list is another offensive lineman. And you can switch these two. But number 3 is Jordan Gross, the left tackle out of Utah. My God, we could use another left tackle. We're so short at that position and really haven't had a great left tackle, since Jordan Gross left. I mean, outside of Michael Oher playing for 1 year, it's really been tough road to hoe because Gross was just a strength force. He not only, he played in that Super Bowl 38. He retired because of Gettleman early and didn't get to play in Super Bowl 50. But, man, this guy had an 11-year career for the Panthers. But he played in 167 games, started all 167. So, yes, Kalil played a year longer, but he has some seasons where he was injured, only played 8 games, only played 5 games. Gross had more of a he had 1 less year than Kalil, but was a strong man where he just played, didn't miss much time at all. And he's definitely on this list. Number 2 is Cam Newton, folks. Even though he's still playing with New England, not retired, his 9-year career with the Panthers, remember, he played 2 more years than Jake did. Where Jake had 120 touchdown passes, Cam had 182 touchdown passes. Where, not fair here, Jake has 7 rushing touchdowns. Cam had 58. Most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback all time. And The numbers have up to 70 now because they're playing in 1 year with New England last year. But 125 games played, 124 started. My God, it's that stupid Ron Rivera didn't wear a tie on the team playing game where Berline, no, it wasn't Berline, I'm sorry. It was, I cannot even think of my man's name now. That was our backup quarterback. And I'll put it in the description below. It just kind of forgot it for a second here. But it puts the other quarterback in the game against Seattle on the road on a Sunday night game. The guy threw a pick six first play of the game. Then Cam comes in the next series. That just shows the stupidity of Ron Rivera. But Cam had a 9-year career here, folks. And if they would have managed him right, would have played longer, would probably still be playing. And just the guy that has to be on the Mount Rushmore. Probably the greatest athlete to play for the Carolina Panthers all time. But the number one guy who goes on Mount Rushmore is Carolina Panthers offensive addition. Is none other than the guy that we got out of the University of Utah in the 3rd round. 13-year career, 182 games, 161 started, scored 83 touchdowns for the Panthers. Steve Smith, greatest Carolina Panther player of all time. Maybe not the greatest athlete or most valuable, but definitely the best player we ever had. So, folks, what do you think of today's list? Who would you have in this top 4? Would you put Greg Olsen in for somebody else? Who would you remove? Who would you have number 1? Do you have Cam over Steve? Or do you think Steve Smith's number 1? Leave me some comments. Hit that bell notification to be notified of future content like this in today's video. Smash that like button. And by all means, folks, for Uncle Chucky, subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. And we'll see you on another edition of the Carolina Sports Guy.